You should have been a miniature whale. That would freak Jen out the most.
Jen doesn't like whales.
Jen's afraid of
No,
whales.
Jen's terrified of whales.
1 second, I gotta drink this.
Because I was playing Pokemon, and she's like, "Why'd you get Alpha Sapphire?" And I'm like, "Oh, I had Ruby as a kid, and I don't know, I like Kyogre better." Or, whatever. And then she's just like, "Kyogre's scary." And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so. It's weird that you can see through his body in his alpha form." And she's like, "No, because he's a whale." And I'm like, "Jen, what are you talking about?"
Yeah, that part in the part in Sun and Moon where you have to get the fight the one that's made out of the tiny fish.
Wishy-washy?
Yeah, she couldn't do that because it spooked her too much. It jumping out of the water thing at her thing, she couldn't do it.
Wigged her out.
Yep. Okay, there it is.
But I'm like, Jen, how do you even have a fear of that? Like, you've never come up across it. You've lived in Messina your entire life.
Well, you don't have to be around something to be afraid of it.
I guess not, but I don't know. It seems kind of silly.
Have you been on the internet? You can see scary stuff there all the time.
No, I think she went to an aquarium when she was young and mushed against the glass and scared her as a small child.
That makes sense. It's like how I went to space as a child and now I'm afraid of it.
Exactly.
Traumatic.
Yep.
You should have just stayed there.
I watched Treasure Planet and watched get kicked off into space, into the deep abyss, and now I am terrified.
Of furries.
Absolutely. My own character terrifies me.
It's exposure therapy. You're trying to get over it. I understand.
I didn't like exposure therapy.
What am I doing on this page?
Is that what it's called when the guy keeps opening up his clothes?
No, that's when I'm like, "Hey, I'm afraid of the number 6." And they're like, "Okay, I want you to write the number 6 over and over again." And I'm like,
or you're like my mom, who's like, "Oh, you have a fear of needles. Well, I am in college for becoming a nurse, and you should let me practice pricking you with needles so I can get rid of your fear of needles."
I don't think that's how that works.
Nope. I told her that wasn't how it works. And then the first day in pharmacy when I had to go grab the needles, I almost had an anxiety attack because even though they are in bags, it just I did not want. I just immediately pulled over my pharmacist and I was like, "Can you get them for me?" But
I'm sorry,
I can handle them now. I do not again. Which was part of the problem because I was fishing this one bag out of a pile of bags and I could feel the shape of them in my hands and I'm like, I'm gonna get stabbed. I don't know.
Did you remember to give the pamphlet?
Fuck! God damn it, Benny!
You didn't remember the pamphlet.
I haven't remembered the pamphlet at all!
That's state law.
Oh,
It has been shown to me one time. And that was on my first day, and that was it.
Uh-oh, I'm gonna arrest you.
Please don't do that. I ID everybody for their pseudoephedrine.
Do you do it under the fraud fighter?
Yeah, of course.
Alright.
Benny, you fucking work for CVS, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a shift supervisor RX.
That title, though.
I'm
your
angry
boss.
now.
I kept telling Katie, I'm like, next time I talk to Caitlin, I gotta start dropping hints.
No, because I saw your Snapchat months ago when you posted the picture of the narwhal sitting on the consultation thing, and I knew just because of the lettering on the back wall or something. I'm like, Benny works at CVS. But
yeah, I've worked there for 3 years.
The reason I'm so angry is because I had 3 shift supervisors both vouch for me for my new boss to get me into a shift supervisor position, and I was I didn't get that. I'm still part-time and I dropped in hours now that I'm working in pharmacy.
That blows.
So it's they're talking to my boss and they're like, make her full-time. Also, consider her for supervisor position. And boss was like, okay, and then did the exact opposite. what they told her to do.
That sucks. I have more hours than I want. You want to just move to my town?
Sure.
Alright.
We're like the third busiest store in Rochester, so I'm just kind of like, why are you not giving me more hours? You need more people!
I've gotten a bunch of my friends hired because they were like, we need more people. And I'm like, alright, this guy's a dork, but he could probably do it. And he's just like, whatever, just hire him.
That's pretty good.
Domain.
And then they always quit and make me look bad.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
That's happened like 2 out of 3 times.
That you just never give anyone a recommendation ever.
That's pretty much what I'm gonna do now. Did you know that
Keep
everyone
with
is
animals.
horrible?
I did.
Well, the one that really got the thing is that neither of them told me that they were leaving.
That's pretty messed up.
Right? I thought I was like, people are like, and I'm like, what? That's bad. They should tell me. So yeah, like the first two just left, and the other guy was my friend from college, and he left for like more understandable. Well, he talked to me about it afterwards. He was like, I left because I'm trying to go to school at the same time, and they're making me work like 35 hours a week. And I'm like, that makes sense.
Sun Domain. Once per day you can perform a greater turning against undead in place of a regular turning. The greater turning is like normal turning, except the undead creatures that would be turned are destroyed instead. Hashtag okay.
What are you playing as?
I'm a cleric.
What? Who's your god?
Elona.
Truth. Justice.
Oh yeah, Swirly convinced me to become the
Become the what?
The chair.
the paladin equivalent of a cleric, and I have to cast some form of truth spell or something on you, on your
I
character.
will
Just constantly.
literally just puke. Black ichor will fly out of my character's mouth, and it will infect
No,
you and make you
that's
give up
just-
all your beliefs.
I told you this would happen. I told you he was gonna vomit.
My in my AD&D game, we played with the cleric. Who the gimmick with this cleric was he was like a cleric of truth and justice, and then he met our 2 wizards in the party, and forewent his vows and became a fighter because he's like, no god would allow these men to walk the earth.
There are no. He's just atheist. Oh no.
I don't believe in God, but if he is real, I want to fight him. Zorro 2012.
There you go.
Oh no, server congestion! Ah! Damn it. Alright. I want to talk to animals.
The birds are better than the creatures.
And I could add knowledge nature.
Kaylin, what step are you on?
I don't even know anymore. I think you told me to get feats and spells,
Yeah, I got.
and then I went to go do that, and then instead I got distracted by domains.
No, don't do that. Just
I found this online. Someone made like a fan made Pokemon MMO, and I was like, oh, sick. And I went to go check it out, and it's just like this Roblox skin, and I'm like, no.
Poor Benny. Okay.
Because you know how when you log on to fandom, it's just like, this is what you wanted, right? And you're like, this thing that has nothing to do with your fandom?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, okay. I was reading about the new Digimon series, but what's this about Pokemon?
Oh, so I'm just gonna...
Yeah, they made a Digimon series called Applimon. And it's like applications on your phone. I've read a little bit of the manga. It was okay.
Animal.
Okay, when after you pick your feats, we'll just start going in. You can worry about your inventory as we play, because it won't be centrally focused the whole time.
Okay.
Hmm. I think that would be cool. Alright, in the meantime, I'm going to do the recap. Alright, so last week, Barbosa got her dragon scale armor. Then on the way back, the Boulder and Barbosa were attacked by Fanefinger, who they actually defeated and then captured. Then they were heading back to Lombardia. I'm pretty sure the gnome escaped near death, leaving behind his gnomish friend to whatever ends or demise he probably met.
Create another Fane Finger.
Yeah, just continually create new Fane figures as you move through the world.
Yep, that's how the story keeps going. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
That's a great song.
Welcome.
Song. But The Rock doesn't actually sing it.
What? Yes,
What?
he
He
does.
definitely does.
Why would you lie to us like that, Brandon?
I don't know. I just like making up stuff. That's why I play made up fantasy games. The game.
Beats. Okay.
True. Look it up. Anyway. Then the gnome escaped, met up with his favorite kobold, who needed to see the other party members because her party members turned into monsters and tried to kill her. She was accompanied by the only other survivor from her group, who just so happened to be an anthropomorphic bat.
Neat.
Wowza, who could that be?
I don't know.
It's Jake's new
What am I
character.
getting?
I was about to say it's my second character. I'm playing too.
Morgan, what did you suggest for beats?
I suggested, I don't know if it'd fit your character, but I like Endurance and Die Hard solely because it gives you 10 more HP.
Toughness.
It would have worked if I had kept that 15 score from earlier,
Oh no.
which I didn't.
Toughness.
No. Why does the cleric need these things? You could just be a spell slinging cleric.
Oh, you could go like Divine Meta Magic and then get like Quicken Spell and use your turning attempts to get what's it called? Just as instead of increasing the spell level of your spells. So you get free like Quicken spells every so often depending on how many turning attempts you get per day.
See, that's dope.
I hardly understood any of that.
It's really specialized
The way
though.
I understand it is like a special proc in my game for when you're casting spells and suddenly you get free cure, and it's like shit, I can cast free cure.
It's free real estate.
Yeah.
But it's free real estate.
Shh. It's free real estate. You should get a spell that makes none of your spells work.
You should get a spell that makes all your spells work.
No, that's a bad idea. You should get a spell that makes Zone of Truth not a spell anymore. I cast Annihilate on Zone of Truth.
Oh man, I hope Benny puts that ring on.
I forgot about the ring. What ring?
Exactly.
It must have been real good.
Brenda, do you know off the top of your head which one line that you mentioned it?
Definitely not.
Oh, I forgot you were a bat. I thought he was being a meme lord.
Shut up.
That too.
To get perfect fly, I think it's just called like fly.
Gosh, what do you need for flyby attack? I think you need like another feat. like improved flying or something.
Just Control F the word fly.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Counterspell, initiative, turn, strike, improved unarmed strike. Craft wondrous item. Nope. What is it? Special
Just get athletic for those dank abilities bonuses.
Get combat expertise.
Get combat reflexes.
Does she
Yeah.
have a high enough intelligence for combat expertise?
Probably doesn't have a high enough dex. I think she only got 8 dex.
Really?
eight
I thought
dexterity?
bats had a high dexterity.
Taking a look.
I haven't done anything with the animal adjustments. Because I was just going through Swirly's step-by-step thing.
10 strength, 16 con, 15 int, 13 wisdom, 11 car.
And then you add the racial stuff.
Well, I mean, I still get a +0 to dex as an animal adjustment.
Oh, really? I thought you were
yeah.
small.
Yeah,
No,
I
plus
am.
0 level adjustment.
I don't know what that means.
Anthropomorphic animals don't have any level adjustment.
Some of them do.
Yeah, mine
Really?
has a +0 level adjustment. I don't know what starting ECL is, though.
That's your like total. That includes hit dice and the level adjustment.
Okay. Oh yeah, I don't. There's I got a -4 to strength, +6 to wisdom, and a -2 to. Do I just do that?
Plus 6
put that
to
on my
whiz is
base?
pretty good.
Do I just push
Shirley,
that
didn't
over?
you play an anthropomorphic bat?
Yeah, remember? I had like 3 health.
Yeah, in Dewey's campaign.
I had like 3 health and 21 wisdom at first level.
That sounds pretty bad.
And you're like, I did it.
I did it. They hit me, I would die, but I would them.
I eat bugs and then
That was
call other
good.
people disgusting.
Too bad that game only lasted 2 sessions.
Yup.
When you forgot your own game, you're like, pretty good.
Has anyone messaged Jake?
I sent a link to the Discord to the Facebook group.
They don't even respond to my text half the time.
He was talking about how excited he was for today, though.
Too busy not being here. Just
Aha.
can't have all our feats. Keon has all our feats already?
Ooh. Oh. Ow.
That isn't right what you're saying. Aha.
Oh. I suppose we could just play from Barbosa and Boulder, and then just come back through with Caribus and with Kiko. Kiko is the name?
Mhm.
Alright. Alright, so I'm pretty sure it's like a stormy night by the time, or was it a stormy day? I think it was a stormy day when that half of the party met Finger and was fighting them.
Yep, he's all he's disarmed and I think all tied up.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I remember the two-headed orc is also with you guys. So I imagine you guys are going to continue to ride.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
All right, both of you make ride checks. The horse didn't get hurt because it made its tumble. That's in my notes. So at least nobody's horse is hurt or damaged.
That's that good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use a handle animal?
Yeah, if you'd rather use that than a ride, I think you could. I just assumed a druid had some bonuses to ride.
Nope. Because what am I riding? Whales?
That's true. Didn't seem super useful.
You also want me to make a ride check?
Yes, indeed.
Are you carrying Fanefinger or am I?
Who would like to carry Fanefinger?
Well, do you want to ride with the two-headed orc? That's the real question.
That's true. I'll wrangle Fanefinger. You can have the.
Okay.
More like your smangled. Yeah, I got nothing.
More like roll really bad.
Yeah, say.
Me too.
The party continues to ride, but the puddles and the mud is slowing down the horses a lot. They're unable to go anything at like higher than a prance, really.
If that's as fast as we can go, that's as fast as we can go.
Okay. What was the progress on the march? Let me go back. Let me take our way back to the map really quick. Oh, that didn't work. I gotta delete some of these maps. Map. Alright, so let's see. You fought Finger just outside of Tyr. Makes sense. So as it becomes like fairly dark out, the only thing you can see is like the lights of like the near village of Tyr coming up ahead. The clouds have just like completely covered the moon. It's just like pitch black except for the small torch. No, it's probably a lantern. The small lantern that Sandor holds out as he rides in front. Does the party want to stop, or do you guys want to both make more ride checks and see if you can make it through the night? It might be tough.
I kind of look back to see how my companions are doing. I yell back to the boulder, do you want to keep going? I think we can make it to the town.
The boulder thinks that we should secure our captives if we decide to stop.
Sounds like a plan. I guess we'll go under some brush or dense like foliage, like campy or trees or something.
Cool. You guys want to make search checks so you can find a nice spot, or I mean, you can make a knowledge nature.
Can I do a survival?
Survival would work. Let's see. Barbosa is able to secure a very nice spot underneath a huge pine tree. Underneath it, it's completely dry, and it's tall enough that even the horses can somewhat fit underneath it. The boulder secures probably some nearby berries and some leaves to like pad your bedrolls with.
Alright, I guess I'll try to care to Fanefinger as best as I can.
Okay.
I'm also tying people up.
Alright, who are you tying up? The two-headed orc with that, or the...
Fanefinger, probably.
Alright. As Barbosa looks over Fanefinger, she notices that it seems like he isn't regenerating at all, really. He's basically still just like an arm, an upper torso, and a head. The boulder just kind of ties his arm to his neck. Kind of looks like a very disturbing purse. The two-headed orc refuses. He's like, I don't need to be tied up. I need to be ready in case that creature jumps back to life and tries to kill us.
The boulder holds his egg from his hat very protectively and glares at the two-headed orc a bunch.
Let's see. The two-headed orc wants to discuss what's going to be done about that egg, and he points at the boulder.
The boulder's like, what? I'm sorry, I can't read, and covers his ears.
It's a decision that we as a group are going to make, and you can be part of that decision, but that's only when we're all there. I look at him sternly and say, do you understand?
He's just like, huh. And then the other head's also like, huh. And they both look opposite ways, so they're not looking at Barbosa.
Also, you've tried to kill us a couple times, so I'm gonna say you are gonna be restrained.
They're like, we don't want to be restrained.
I don't care. And I cast Entangling Roots.
Alright, just as they're about to jump back as if you're going to rope them, the roots wrap up around their legs. Let me see if they make a reflex on that. Nope. They wrap right up around their two big, thick, weird legs, up around their torso, and hold them in place like a firm grip.
I kind of motion over to the boulder to tie them up.
Okie dokie.
We don't want this to be like a bad experience. It's just you have to understand we can't really trust you.
Brendan, how many feet am I picking? Am I just one or two?
What are you, level 6? I think anthropomorphic. I don't know if you get the feat for being human, so 3?
You get the one for first, you get the one for third? And sixth. Yep. So it'd be 3.
Yep.
I guess I'll try to feed Fanefinger and tend to any open wounds on him if he lets me.
Alright, I'm just gonna consider him unconscious for now, but every time you touch him or try to feed him, he struggles around like an angry animal.
I guess I'll do my best to comfort him.
Make a Diplo check, I would assume. I'm not sure, or you could do a handle animal.
They're probably both just as bad. Awesome.
Nice. You're able to almost soothe Fanefinger until he stops quivering like some kind of stressed out creature and becomes calm almost.
Can I have the entangling roots kind of go over him like a blanket?
Yeah, just to also hold him down also.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good with that. It's just flavor. It just kind of come out of the ground, wrap around him like a tiny angry child cradle. Perfect.
I guess
Santos started up a fire. He wants to know what you guys want to do to get back in Lombardy.
Well, I think I can carry Fanefinger if we want to try to go down that entrance you were suggesting before. We can go on the cliffside with our magics, and it'll be pretty easy.
The boulder has no magics, only his rocky fists.
I kind of look at your slippers. How did you escape from our bungalow?
Oh, wait. I do have magic shoes!
There we go.
The bunch. The boulder forgets. But the boulder also is good at climbing.
Given
good at swimming.
Given the night's rest, I can
+8 to swim.
cast it on everyone.
Cast what?
Spider climb on everyone.
Oh, that'll work.
But I do need the night's rest, so.
Mm-hmm. So the plan is you guys are going to take the low road down into the swamp all the way to Lombardia, and you guys are spider climbing the wall, or you guys are taking The route that Sandor suggested.
I'm guessing the one he suggested. I just thought that included going around on the cliffside.
Oh, you're right. You do have to take the cliffside. I hadn't thought of that. I was only thinking of...
Oh yeah, you're ahead of me. I'm not going on that checkpoint on the bridge. I've had too many bad experiences there.
Experiences.
It's true. Plus, the boulder lost the boulder's disguise.
The boulder is not very good at disguising. That's what happens when you're an 8-foot-tall rock man.
I'll try to whip something up on the fire too for everyone.
Cool. I imagine you guys have some like trail rations, like some dried meats. Maybe Barbosa can like stir them up into something. Maybe make a stew out of them.
Yeah, like boil it up, have some seasoning and whatnot in there.
Aw, yeah. The boulder brought back all these tasty leaves.
Do
Barbosa knows that those leaves are poison ivy.
They make your mouth itch.
I have to roll something?
Nah, you're fine, Boulder. You're just gonna be itchy, which is your favorite flavor.
Itchy.
I do offer the two-head orc some.
They begrudgingly eat it, but since their hands are tied, you kind of have to like throw it at them like dogs.
Nah, I'll feed it to them.
Oh, they like that. They like not having to eat meat like a dog on the ground.
They are people after all, just like Fanefinger, you know?
Yeah, they tell you that you're kind. The other brother's like, he's like, yeah, you're kind. He just kind of like eats the meat, but he doesn't want to admit fully.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything to that. I'm just gonna. Do you want to take the first watch, Boulder?
The boulder would gladly do so, he says as he continues to itch his tongue, so it's more like, gladly do so.
And then I look to Sandor to see if he wants to take the second.
He says gladly, and he's like, but for now, and he like puts his like headband over his eyes.
Yeah. I'll probably go over to where we have Fanefinger and try to rest around there.
Cool. So Burroughs is going to do a third watch. Does everybody want to make a will save so they can stay awake?
Sure. But will Sandor make the save? That's the question.
No, he only got a 9.
Sandor.
Ambushed by bandits.
Let's see. Sandor falls asleep during the middle of his watch. His headband just seemed to land over his eyes, and he's like, if I can't see, that means nobody can sneak up on me because they can't see. And he just goes right to sleep. He's old. Let me do a roll. Or I can... 6. Let's see. The boulder is suddenly awoken.
Huh?
You guys, something has landed on your chest.
I'm gonna grab it.
You grab it. It's morning. It's a rock. It's a very large rock. Another rock lands on your chest.
Grab that one too.
That now both your hands are full of rocks.
I'm gonna look around a lot.
Make a spot check.
Okay.
It's your brother.
Am I shedding?
They're your baby.
Did the egg hatch into rocks? You said a spot?
Yep. You look around and suddenly you see not much really. You're like, I'm not sure. Could be this is a rock tree, you think.
I'm gonna look up.
Look up. It's definitely not a rock tree. It's just full of like morning birds and little bits of dew are dripping off the branches. You're the first person awake.
Did this bird throw rocks at me?
The bird flies away. The bird's not answering any of your questions, Boulder.
I'm gonna pat the top of my head to see if I'm shedding.
You aren't shedding. Suddenly, a rock comes soaring out and hits you in the chest.
I'm gonna spot again.
You look around. You didn't see anything this time either. Sandor makes some noise and rolls over. He's like, "What are you doing, Boulder?"
The boulder thinks that it's hailing rocks.
Sandor goes back to sleep.
I'm gonna get up
All right.
and I guess spot again? Or search? Can I search?
You can search. Oh, you crit in your search. The boulder goes off searching for why these rocks are coming at you. You peer around. You start leaving the camp area. As you're leaving the camp area, the two-headed orc and Barbosa are slowly awoken and notice the boulder isn't there.
What do I find with my special eyes?
Find a bush. It keeps moving around like there's somebody on the other side of it.
I'm gonna grapple the bush.
Do it.
Was Fanefinger still with the group?
Yes.
Okay.
Barbosa was like holding on to him like you have a sad puppy.
Can the bush beat a 35?
No, the bush can't. Also, the bush is flat-footed. Also, the bush is two children. You grab these two children and pull them right out of the bush like you plucking fresh fruit.
Good.
They scream and yell monster as loud as they can.
The boulder is not a monster. The boulder is the boulder.
They're like, a boulder! And they scream.
Do I wake up to
Bush
those?
children, and I also scream. I'm going to ask these children why they were in the bush. Who put you there?
They're confused. They're like, nobody put us there.
Whose rocks are these?
You see one of the rocks has like an angry face drawn on it.
I'm like, this rock is mine now.
The children tell you that you should leap 'cause you're a big mean monster.
The boulder is not a big mean monster. The boulder is a big beefy man.
I think this perturbs them more. They're both going to try to make escape artist checks to get out of your boulder grasp. "18 makes it. One of them doesn't. One of them slips out of his overalls and woo onto the ground. He starts picking up rocks and throwing them at the boulder, but they're so weak that they don't even do damage. They just bounce off you.
The boulder is going to shake his fist and tell this small child that he is not a monster. You're hurting his feelings.
All right, what's Barbosa do?
Can I sneak up on the one child that escaped from the boulder?
Make a move silent. It doesn't have to be very good.
Five.
You kind of are about to sneak up on the child when suddenly the two-headed orc who was following you, they start bickering about something, and the child turns around.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna just kind of walk up slowly to them then. Just say, what are you doing in our camp?
The child was about to throw a rock at the boulder, tries to throw the rock at you. It just... let me see if it even...
I give like an intense glare as I see what they're going to do.
The rock just flops on the ground, doesn't even head towards you. He couldn't even throw it, he was so afraid. He's like, monsters! And he's gonna try to run away.
Would a monster have a rock collection?
Yes.
The little boy you're holding is frightened because your mouth is so large you could eat him whole.
I want to try to snatch him up.
The boulder does not eat children.
What's Barbosa doing?
I'm gonna snatch the boy.
Alright, make a grapple check.
I got a 15.
Oh, you did. I don't think you beat that. I got 5. You snatch up that child. He struggles. Like, let go of me, monster.
I ask, where are your parents? Why are you here?
Okay. Just as you start questioning this child, a handful of people have come from the village and are heading towards you. You can see them.
Okay, I'm gonna walk toward them with the child, like dragging the child by their hand toward them.
All right. The child the boulder has is crying.
The boulder's like, no, let me show you my rock collection.
Every time you open your mouth, it just terrifies him for some reason.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Do we recognize any of the villagers? Like from the procession we saw on the way?
You do. You recognize at least 2 or 3 of them.
I walk sternly over there, but like, give a wave as I'm towing this child toward them.
They come up almost like accusingly, and they point, and they're like, what has our child done now?
I give a little sigh and just say, they were just curious on our camp. And I push them toward I assume their parents.
Yeah, they go running, and they don't go to the couple you think, they go to the other couple that doesn't look anything like them for some reason. They thank you again for the other day, and they scold that child. They're like, these are good people, and they're like, it doesn't matter who they are, or how big and scary and rock-shaped they are, or if they scream at you.
The boulder doesn't eat children!
Walter is on a diet.
Oh no, that's Edith.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Edith
I'm on a diet, dearie.
I just kind of wave my hand and say it's completely fine. We asked kind of, do they have a village around here? Or?
Oh yeah, they live just on the outside of Tyr. They make the children apologize, and they're kind of, the children are, I wouldn't say apologize. They're like, they want to climb over the for some reason.
The boulder is going to draw more faces on rocks and give them to the children.
They tell the boulder he's really good at that.
The boulder cannot read, but the boulder can draw a smiley face. It just looks like a squiggle. There's nothing else to it.
Yeah, imagine like all of them have like weird faces that are just perfectly like shaped to the rock or something. The villagers talk to Barbosa. They want to know like what the party is doing here. They want to know if the party is the Bravada.
I tell them that we were on a mission to deliver, to get some armor from a town up north, and we're heading our way back into the city. We're actually going there right now, and it's kind of urgent. We just slayed a monster that was taking care of some of the horses. You might have seen the remains.
They're aghast. They're like, a monster this close to Lombardia? And they're like, unlikely.
Believe it or not, that's up to you. But we're pretty strapped for time, so we do have to go. It was good seeing you again.
Yeah, they wave you guys off. Sandor kicks in the fire, and everybody hops on the horse.
Cool.
I just kind of mutter on my breath so that we're riding off. That was close.
The boulder likes to draw on rocks. The boulder had a good time.
I'm glad it didn't come to anything too bad.
Barbosa is so good with people.
That's what a 10 charisma gets you.
It's only 10.
Normal charisma.
It's actually pretty good for a half-orc.
Yeah?
I'm the best looking half-orc from my village, just to let you know.
I have 12 charisma.
That's because you got it to intimidate people.
I did get it to intimidate people, and then I put a bunch of points into intimidate.
I offer to the two-headed orc that he can ride and he doesn't have to be tied up, but I'm putting my trust in you. Don't do anything.
The one of the two-headed orcs' heads is like, all right. The other one's like, Oh, maybe you're okay.
Oh no, it's a tsundere two-headed orc.
They're happy to be free and to be riding again. Both of you make ride checks, and we'll go to the other party for now. All right, so back to the gnome. Caitlin, do you want to introduce your character to the gnome, since your character will be there?
Yeah, sure. Where do we leave the gnome?
The
Sorry,
gnome is
I'm-
Benny's character.
Okay, I
His
figured it
name
was
is
Benny's character.
Carabas.
His name is Krabby Ass.
Crabby ass.
It is not.
Mother.
That is a lie.
Crabby ass.
Krabby Ass.
Beetle disconnected.
Funny, because it's true.
Spring.
Anyway,
Okay, so what was the thing? I'm basically an FBI agent. Kate told me.
yeah,
Sorry.
your character, I just put you as part of the Nostrum. You're just a new person there, so you don't know that much. You basically also work with Alfina. Alfina is like your go-to person.
She's horrible and probably the worst character there's ever been.
She's a bard kobold.
Very kind and very helpful.
See.
Super ugly.
Very talented with her instrument.
One time when I was around and none of you could have seen it, I saw her try and eat her pants.
And this other time, I saw her just kick Carabas right in the nuts, and he died.
And the other
No, it
time
didn't
she
happen.
saved all of our loved ones. When Carabas
That one actually happened, though.
Oh my god. Create.
That time that she was way better than Carabas could have been if Carabas was even there.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't even have a chance.
Oh no, she's really cute. No.
Oh, yeah.
What have you done?
I already called her, though, so...
No, she's garbage.
Best waifu.
Oh god, I didn't mean to pop that out. Okay.
But anyway, you can introduce your character to Carabas.
What?
Bartholomew, who's also there. It's Bartholomew and Alfina and a gnome. Kiko
Okay.
they're just there outside in the street.
For no reason whatsoever. Okay. Excuse me, are you Carabas?
Why, yes! I see my fame precedes me.
What's her name? Alfina?
Alfina.
Alfina? Okay, that's gonna be weird because there's a character named Alfina. Miss Alfina told me to come seek you out. I am to accompany you on your new adventure.
Perfect.
I suppose this is amenable.
She's gonna do. Oh man, you know what this means? Giant fat ear. She gonna wiggle her ears whenever she happy.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Perfect.
My name is Kiko. It is a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Carabas.
It is a pleasure to meet me. I'm like, let's go.
Where was the party gonna go? I don't remember. I don't have any notes.
I also forget.
Oh, Miss Alfina, sure what.
I know Alfina was just seeking like Barbosa and the Boulder's protection from crystal demons, but I'm not sure.
Those
where you guys
Driders, we defeated those years ago.
let's see. Alfina tells you, well, you missed some. Just like all your work, you're sloppy.
Oh!
You know, I've been thinking about perhaps I did something, and I've been arguing with myself back and forth whether I should tell you about what I did or not, but I don't think I'm going to.
Oh. Well, I can only imagine what sort of things you can come up with.
Bartholomew
I
knows,
smut.
doesn't he?
Bartholomew does know, but he's not here.
I
That's
thought
right.
he was.
He's standing there.
He left. He's with the Ropers, right?
Oh, I mean Jake's not here.
Tied up in a wall.
Oh, okay, I understand.
What does Jake say?
Yeah, his character just laughs.
We have to RP as Jake.
He licks
His
his
character
dagger
laughs and eats
goonishly.
a knife.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
eat the whole knife.
The
He's
poison
like,
one, though.
delicious. Yeah, exactly.
Just a cake full of knives.
Alicia, huh?
He's just like, sometimes I wonder what Barbosa sees in you. Let us go, Kiko.
Where do you guys want to go? To a tavern? To Salty's? To the Spire?
Kiko is new and does not know what's going on.
We should probably go see Salty. See how he's doing.
Alright, to the Sea Dog.
Follow me! I make a big show of turning around away from Alfina.
Alright, and I follow Carabas.
Yeah.
With a cheery aye and a little...
Alright, make a search check. You're not sure where it's docked.
Oh god.
I explain that I am the leader of this group.
Oh my god.
It's flourished under my leadership to the point where I can now trust some of our members to go on separate missions, which is what they're doing currently.
I'm gonna fight you so hard.
You don't know any of this is happening. I'm like, yes. So we have
So search is just
we have.
20 and then...
I am the mastermind behind the Bravada, as well as its main face. And I do a pose where I put my fingers against my chin and I just smile at her. And then I'm just then we have the Boulder, who's the muscle. He is known for breaking and not being able to read. Also, he can't swim. But don't bring it up to him, okay? It's a thing with him. It's tough for him, but he is a good servant. He carries me around.
Oh, I see.
And
Well,
then,
if it's any consolation, I cannot swim very well either. On account of the wings, has one.
that does make sense. Now, hold on and let me finish. Bartholomew. Bartholomew here is our intimidation, information gathering, and knife expert.
Just say
I see.
Argoon.
Knives internally.
I look at I bend down to her and I'm
He looks over and he's just
ooh.
licking his knife like Hakuin is doing to the cherry.
Oh my god.
more or less, yes.
Gross.
And then I'm and there's also our newest member before you, Barbosa. She will take care of most of your training in the ways of the bravado. She has a good heart, but she comes from a simple background, and it shows in a lot of it shows in a lot of her social I'm trying to be politically correct, so I'm having trouble finding the right words. She shows in a lot of her social situations, which is why I often have to step in. You should consider yourself lucky to be paired with the leader on the first day.
Oh, I do, and I'm sure she just kind of glances over at Barbosa, just I'm not sure.
Barbosa's not there.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, if I was there.
If he was there. Oh, sorry. Bartholomew.
There'd be infinite noogies.
Bartholomew. This is gonna be a thing. Just kind of looks over at Bartholomew and just I'm sure I will be very glad to meet everybody else in the party if they are. colorful as you two.
Oh, yes, they might not be as, as wonderful as me, but I don't keep anyone in my employ that I don't find important.
A search check is just a d20, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Enthralled by my story, I did not do very well.
I am very distracted by the knife licking and Carabas' story.
Yeah, Carabas is full of poop.
Nope, that's all true from Carabas's point of view.
That means he would have to
Very
make a bluff
deluded.
check. Yeah.
Or is it true? You don't know. You're not my dad.
True.
She doesn't know. She'll never know until she meets up with him. She's just like, even though
And
you're
by
the
then,
leader, they
she
aren't
should
listening to you
already
very
be
well.
abducted.
No,
I'm
you'll
sorry,
have to
what's
deal
that?
with angry Barbosa.
Oh. But just like she's completely convinced that you're somewhat of a leader, and then she's gonna get into it, just be like, "What? I don't listen to you at all today."
I am the captain, yes.
We're professionals.
Did you see the badge? That's how you know.
Mm-hmm. Alright, the Lombardian party makes it to the docks. When they arrive at the docks, they find the Salty Sea Dog completely not busy for once. There's no sailors going on and off because, it's been used as a trading the past, 2 months or so. But they're just quiet, including the docks are fairly quiet.
I'm like, it's not like this often. We shall investigate. Bartholomew, go ahead and scout.
Just NPC noises.
Yeah, pretty much. He's
Let's
like,
see.
okay.
Who's that
Carabas,
guy?
my favorite and best guy.
He's like, you are my favorite. Do not tie me up and put me in a well.
Have I ever told you how much better you are than every other member of the party? And I'm like, I know.
Things he actually said because he's not here to say otherwise. Alright, 7. He walks up to the top of the deck, slips on a rope, falls, and then hurts his ankle. And then he tells you from the top of the deck that he's hurt his ankle.
I'm like, okay. Looks like the coast is clear.
I'm not certain that's how that works, but okay.
Fine, you're alright. We should get double. we should ensure. Go, Kaiko. Fly up there.
Oh god. So how do I do the flying thing now? Like, what kind
You
of
just
check
make
is
a skill
that?
roll.
A skill roll?
Yupper.
So, just a d20?
What? That ain't true. I think you could just fly. You could just move through the air.
Oh, okay,
But you
yeah,
had to
'cause
make
it's
a
alternate,
fly.
it's alternate movement.
Do you have, what kind of flying do you have? Because it depends on how you move.
It says movement speed of 20, it's average flight, and I just have big wings, big bat wings.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then you should be able to fly normally. You can't hover with average, but you can,
Okay.
swoop over.
Okay, then I fly to where he is directing me.
Alright, you fly up. Both Anthropomorphic Bat and Gnome make listen checks. Let's see. Kiko flies over around the ship. On the ship, doesn't seem to be much of anybody, but you do notice that the door is ajar. It goes
The
to the lower
door is
quarters.
ajar.
Let's see what those bat ears can do.
She should get really high because it's based in wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a fancy fucking subchat for that? Or chat command? Because I noticed, Carabas
It's just under your skill section, you just click the die
had,
next to the skill.
Oh, okay, I'm done.
13. Let's see. Carabas has noticed. Kiko notices. Seems like somebody's coming around. People, there's like a lot of motion coming from the buildings behind Carabas. In between like the dock and the building area. There's like a whole set of like market stalls. There's a lot of activity and movement going on there now.
I fly back down and point out the activity, the general direction of the actor.
All right. Does the party want to do anything, or does the party want to go on the boat?
We should get on
I
the
leave it up to the leader!
boat. We didn't hear anything, right? That's what you said?
You didn't, but Kiko did.
Does she report to me?
Yeah, I said that I flew down and that I told you, but like I told you about the markets. And I'm sorry, Brennan. Was there something from the ship that you said, or was it just the?
Just that the door was ajar.
Okay. I
We
relate
shall
to him that the door is ajar, and that there's also some sort of commotion over the stalls.
We shall approach, but we shall do so quietly.
Okay.
The door is a door.
The door is a door.
The mystery is afoot.
Oh God, I really hope you're not expecting me to do this.
Do you want to investigate the stalls or go on the ship? I didn't hear that part.
Let's first look at the stalls.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to make a move silent or a hide, or how do you want to? You just want to go and look?
I'm gonna make a move silent. Okay, I have no bonus to it.
Woo! 3.
I'm like, this is how you move silently, Keiko. You must mask your presence.
See, you get on all your, you get down on your hands and knees, crawl for like 2 feet, and you're like, ew, I'm dirty. You stand up, hit your head on a table. The table tips over some kind of cage, and chickens just get let loose into the market, like 30 chickens.
And I'm like, this is called a distraction.
Chicken lands on your head.
All intentional. I shoot the chicken away.
She's trying very hard not to laugh.
She left. She would have the full powers of my wrath upon her.
Let's see.
So,
yeah.
I'd probably just put you to sleep because I can't really do. I don't really do any of the other stuff.
Like I said, I could try to move silent if you want, but I got a -7 on that, so.
Brutal.
The negative
You're a
7
bat.
to move silent?
Yeah.
That doesn't make
But-
any sense.
I have a
But you're a
-1 dex
bat.
mod, and then I have an armor penalty.
Brutal. What kind of armor are you wearing?
I just put the one that was in the starter pack.
The
Like,
good
I was
kind.
looking- So. It was in the starter pack. It's scale mail.
Dang.
I mean, eventually I will probably change it, but for the moment.
That just changes how I picture your character.
She's the worst bat in the world. Everybody's like, oh man, this will be like Batgirl, and then she just trips over herself.
Whoops!
Exactly like Batgirl.
See, look at that, I guess.
Let's see. Now that you've let loose all these chickens, you see 3 people get up from behind some stalls and start approaching the party.
I'm like, Keiko, hide.
Roger. Except she does it very well. This is also You said there was. I ducked behind one of the walls. Oh, hey, cool.
Cool. Kiko manages to hide. She jumps in a barrel of pickled fish.
Oh no.
It had to be the fish stalls, didn't it?
She thinks to herself.
Let's see. The three.
I greet them.
Yeah. The three men, you think they're all elves. You're not really sure. One of them's wearing a helmet, so you're not sure about that guy. But the other two are clearly some elves. And one of them has like a leash with like 3 big dogs on it.
Do I recognize the elves?
Not really. You've never met them before.
I'm gonna try and greet them anyway.
Alright, they tell you that they're looking for the sea dog. One of them has like a comb and he keeps combing back his hair every time he talks.
Is there another one that's just snapping rhythmically behind him?
Yeah.
Well, duh. Alright. I'm just like, the sea dog. Is that a person, a place, or a thing? Maybe it's not even a noun.
He's like, are you saying I'm describing a dog that you can see, or a dog that's sea-worthy? And his friend's like, I think
a dog that would be sea-worthy would make more sense than just a dog that you can see. Because I feel like you'll find that most dogs you can see. Anyway, which doesn't really lend themselves well to the nickname, right? It's not very descriptive.
The elves confer about this. The one with the helmet, you can't tell. He's not making any noise or moving.
I'm like, right, big guy?
He when you like talk to him, he just almost like his turns. He looks away from you.
I'm like, well, that was rude.
Let's see. The 2 cool elves are like, listen, man, we need your help.
All right, lay it on me.
He's like, I hear there's some cool cats at the Sea Dog. I need their help. He's like, we got a bit of a problem here. He like is the man with the helmet is like in the middle, and like the 2 elves are kind of like on either side of him. He just is kind of looking around at things, or he looks kind of tired or droopy.
I may know some people that may know some people who know those who claim that as their home.
He's like, are you saying that people claim to be people who aren't people? One of the guys is like, I think that's a lie. And he's like, no, I think it's the truth, except it's a liar who tells the truth. And they start going off philosophically about what it means to lie.
I listen with interest.
All right. The one in the armor like droops and he like nearly falls over on top of you as you're getting closer to interest.
I'm going to sense motive, I guess.
Go for it.
Actually, no. I'm just gonna straight up be like, "What's up with this guy?"
Make a Diplo check. I want to know how well that's supposed to go over. That's a very interesting statement. It always takes Bennywax. He's got to minimize his amulet game.
Nuh-uh. What? No, it's that plus. I gotta. Take that hot 30.
Jeez, they're like, hey, there's nothing wrong with this guy. You're like, the one guy, his helmet falls off. He's only got half a head. He's at least a day old.
I'm like, is this a weekend at Bartholomew's?
The elf's like, come on, man, we need your help. He's like, I just get back on. The guy who's combing his hair drops his comb, and the guy lets go of the dogs. They're trying to get the helmet back on this guy. The dogs are chasing the chickens. They're knocking things over. It's making a ton of noise.
What's in it for me?
He's like, you know who my dad is, man? He's a rich guy. He's like, you make you one of those also.
Rich guy or your dad?
They start
How
talking
you
about
know?
it. The two guys talking about it, they're like, what do you mean, his dad? And he's like, well, you said you could be his dad. And the other guy's like, oh, that's true, but you have to marry my mom. And he's like, yeah, but your mom's married to your dad. And he's like, that'd be difficult. We have to kill my dad. And he's like, that wouldn't help our situation at all.
I'm like, yes, agreed. I can see why you need help.
Isn't Bartholomew angry about elves?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't elves his favorite?
Thing to hate.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Because of his secret dark backstory.
Oh my
that
goodness.
no one knows.
Yep, nobody knows because it's never been plot important before.
Until now.
Yeah, but he's on the
Till-
boat. He hurt his ankle on the boat.
Oh, that's right. I'm just like, yes, follow me.
All right, so the
And
dogs are
don't
making
forget
awesome.
to skimp on the gold, or don't skimp me on the gold.
They're like, nah, man, we wouldn't skimp you. They follow you up onto the boat. The dogs are making so much racket. Suddenly, you hear the guard bell ringing, and you hear footsteps.
What's that? Are you cops?
They're like, no, are you narking on us, man?
Are you narking on me, man?
Some guy's like, is that like a type of whale?
Where? A narc? A narwhal?
What?
He's like, one of those, man. He's like, it's like one of those. He's like, I seen one of those. And one guy's like, no, wait.
From back at the stalls, there is a tiny squeak from the inside of a fish barrel.
Elves are going to investigate. They're going to open up the barrel of fish.
Hi, gentlemen. How are you this evening?
Like, we're better before we open this up. It smells like pickled fish in here.
It is a fish barrel, after all.
This is my associate. She shall be joining us.
Yes. Would one of you be so kind as to help me out?
They just kind of knock the barrel over, and all the fish and bat person fall out.
That works.
Let's see. You and the elves want to go up on the ship?
Yes.
All right, you go up on the ship. One of the elves breaks out his harmonica. I look at they just forget about the dogs completely. One of them starts playing on his harmonica as you go up, and they're singing a song. Doesn't really seem to be about anything except what's happening.
I'm like, excellent song, sir.
He tells you he wrote it himself. He's like I'm a famous musician.
Indeed.
Things in my
Cool. When
hands.
you get on the ship, Bartholomew is just like sitting in a chair drinking some leftover rum that was left on the table.
I'm like, Bartholomew,
No.
I have brought guests.
He looks at them. He looks back at his rum glass. He smashes the rum glass. He's gonna try to stab one of them. What?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, Bartholomew, no, they're paying us.
He got a 16. He runs up and he slices the shirt and collar off one of them. Unless you want to try to reflex save him.
No.
Actually, I can
I'm not
shoot
even
him.
gonna. No, I guess that happened.
Let's see. The elves are like, "That's Jank, man. You can't be that mean." Just then, a guard shows up on the ship. He just came up the stairs. Wants Carabas to explain what's happening.
Well, you see, we are just sparring for these new members. You do know who I am and who I work for, yes?
Oh no.
He kind of squints at you, He's like, a gnome, huh? And he looks around, he's like, and a halfling. And he's just like, a murderous halfling.
Well, he more subdues targets for the government than murder, but yes.
Let's see. He's like, you boys are late for your trial. And he's going to try to grab both of
Oh, you're mistaken.
you. Beat a 7.
On
I take a 1.
What am I rolling?
It's a grapple check. You have to beat my grapple. You have to be a 7.
Oh.
Or you can make an escape
No.
artist.
I think I have negative grapple, so I have -2 grapple, so let's do an escape artist.
Is that with your base attack bonus?
I have no idea. I haven't changed it in forever.
What's your strength bonus?
My strength bonus is 1.
Oh, like +1? How do you?
Yeah.
So, are you?
I'm actually super buff and no one knows it.
+1.
Got mint condition. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
You should have not a negative though, because you should.
Yeah,
Even if
my character sheet's been messed up, so I've been trying to take notes mentally on it, and it does not work. I'll probably have to write out a paper one soon. I have a +2 to escape artist, so I'm just going to use that.
Alright, make the escape.
Or maybe it's a plus. I think I have a +1. 17. I jump over his arms.
Yeah, imagine he just clops his head in the table as he tries to grab both you guys. You both
And
just slip under
then-
and over.
You know what I cast?
What?
Charm
Incinerate.
Person.
Charm person!
We haven't used Charm Person forever.
Mm-hmm.
Charm Person is a level 1 spell. Plus, I'm casting Cloakedly.
But you can only move them from, like, angry to nothing.
Ooh. Yeah, but then my bluff should take care of the rest of it.
That is true.
So, have him be... Charm Person's not an illusion, is it?
Yeah, it's illusion mind affecting, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, good. So that's a 15.
You got a 4.
Okay, and I explained to him
Mm-hmm.
that we are body doubles placed by the government so that the faith in the Bravada and the government itself does not waver while they're on trial, because the trial itself is not public, as being shown by the clandestine agents trying to apprehend me right now.
Guard's like, that makes a lot of sense. He's like, you guys are good. He's like, can I have the rest of this?
The rum? You'd have to ask the halfling.
Looks at the halfling. Halfling just shakes his head at him. Let's see. So the guard,
I just shake my head back and I'm like, sorry, dude.
let's see. He hands you the letter. He's like, you're served. Have a nice day. And he just like gets out of there.
Thank you.
Let's see. The two elves are like, that's close, man. He's like, you got away with the cops or something? He's like, can you make this whole thing disappear? And he just kind of, they both just drop that body in the middle of the deck and just snaps on the ground.
I'm like, so you've killed a man and you wish for us to dispose of it?
They're like, no, he was dead when we found him after we accidentally killed him.
What are we looking at for a price here?
Let's see. He's like, well, here, let me show you this. He's like, gold is enough. I got this, and he holds out his harmonica, and the guy's like, no, dude, that's your favorite harmonica.
Well, I can't take it off. I can't take the instrument off another. How about you and your father owe me
You're not. He's like, you're not a gnome, you're a leprechaun.
I smile wide. And I'm like, then you know not to mess with me.
Ooh, they get shaky. They're like, we agree. We agree.
All right. Then, let us have this in writing, and I will make it magically binding.
Cool. They're gonna do up the formal paperwork. I'll switch back to Boulder and Barbosa really.
Sure, I'm going to love this, by the way.
Yeah, I can see you using this.
No, gnomes love paperwork. That's like a racial thing. Bureaucracy is their jam.
Sounds like
At
a
least in
devil.
Eberron. Hmm?
Sounds like a devil.
They're just lawful.
So we're devils.
You
Demons
guys
are
are
chaotic.
mean.
But they're both evil, but they hate each other still.
That's such a good... Planescape is such a good setting.
Anyway, enough bureaucratic nonsense. Back to riding. Riding fast and hard. The ground is finally dried up enough. The horses are making great time. You can see Lombardy on the horizon, and also the high road, and of course below that, the low road.
Wowza.
You make it to the cliffside, right about where it's not super tall, so you guys can walk down.
Okay.
Not really walk. You guys can walk. Sandor can't walk. He has to rappel. So does the orc. How you guys gonna do?
I can cast Spider Climb on them.
That's right. Everybody can get spider climb.
Wow.
Nice. Is that what Barbara's gonna do?
Yeah, I prepared enough this morning for it.
Cool. Do you want to explain what it would look like? Is it like it's not incantation?
I assume it'd be still sea oriented, so like little suction cups appear on people's hands, like a squid.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
You stick your way down like that.
Squid climb.
Yeah, like a starfish.
Yeah.
Or a squid.
Plop, plop.
Yep. Everybody's kind of suction cups their way down the edge into like the like the briny swamp.
The boulder just walks with his boots like doo 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 doo.
Yep. It's only about like knee high. It's very mucky and gross and salty smelling.
Smells
like
salty.
our friend Salty. Nice, Barbosa.
Let's see. Sandor tells everybody to watch out for giant leeches, ropers, and also there's supposed to be a swamp monster.
Oh,
That-
the boulder is excited. Did not know that this was an adventurous path.
The credit orc didn't either. He's kind of
I'll lead the way. I have my armor and shield up. I'll try to do my best to steer us through like solid land that won't give underneath us, and not to lead us through any like what are they called? Just like little openings in the mire. Like,
no sand, no holes.
Yeah. You want me to do a survival for that?
Yes.
I'm gonna carry Fane Finger and follow up behind everybody.
Ooh, 18 is plenty.
Oh, okay, good. Because that was like a natural 6. I was like, oh no.
Because you got ranks in that. Alright. Barbosa's knowledge of nature, she's able to guide the party safely into about the middle area of the swamp. Once you get there, as the party's walking, everybody make listen checks. If your listen check's below a 12, make a spot check. Actually, it should be the opposite. That's fine.
Ho ho!
That never happened, Boulder. Actually,
I
it's the second
know.
time it's happened.
What, did Boulder do something right?
I crit. Boulder got the rocks out of his ears.
You learned how to read.
Cool. You both are able to hear it. There's lots of bubbling going on either side of you. Barbosa knows that There's nothing in the mire that should make that kind of bubbling, especially as viciously as it is, unless there's something underneath the surface. And there's a big bubbling on the right and 2 smaller bubblings on the left.
Can I kind of put my arms out to have everyone back up?
Yeah. The party attempts to move back.
Yup.
Let's see. Out of the big bubbling, a slick bunch of tentacles and a roper body slowly rises out of the mire.
A roper body. That means it's probably a roper.
Ooh, that's smart.
Survival instincts.
Boy.
Yeah, no, I'm the best. You guys are welcome.
And out of the 2 other ones come 2 smaller ropers, and they go and like scream as they come out.
Fun.
Like airplanes?
Yeah, like reverse dive bombers.
I guess I'll cast Bark Skin on myself and try to make myself as big as a target as I can, and kind of point people to the
Big as
direction
a house.
Does the party want to try to charge through while Barbosa tries to hold them off?
Barbosa ain't being a martyr in this house. I'm gonna pass Fane Finger to the 2-headed orc.
2-headed orc holds on to him, and he's like, I don't want to hold.
And I'm gonna take out one of my weapons. I haven't decided which one yet. And be like, too bad. Probably one of my spears.
Mm-hmm.
Shark bone spear.
Let's see. Do you want to try to move past them or fight them? Because you guys are on bad terrain, so you get half movement speed. Except for Barbosa still.
Oh, what is that? Barbosa, what is that? Oh my god, there's this spell, or it's like, it's something that you get if you take the travel domain, and it never comes in handy, and except for like right now. And it's basically like you can move through all terrain unimpeded.
Oh, I have that as a druid.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking. It's just like in most like urban campaigns it never comes up, and then every once in a while it will come up and they'll be like, who's the fool now, other class?
But yeah, it counts as rough terrain.
Okay, so the boulder is going to continue to have his spears drawn, and then usher everyone but Barbosa farther along down, and he's ready to throw a spear if he needs to throw a spear.
Yeah, I'm ready to chop down on any tentacles I see with my broadsword.
Alright, the ropers are just going to stay parallel to you. The 2 on the side become 3, and another one joins the big one on his side, not a smaller sized one. And they're just kind of keeping enough distance that that you can't hit them just yet. Sandor points at the wall for Lombardia, next to a bunch of old sewer pipes. It looks like a sewage is being pumped out of. There's a small, like, crack, maybe just as tall as a man, and he points and he's like, "That's our door." It's maybe 200 feet away.
Okay. Barbosa, are you going to try to fight those?
I was just gonna try to defend the group and back up as we, do that.
As we move, so you're moving with us?
Yeah. It's just I'm keeping an eye on the thing, so I'll be going a little slower.
Okay. Well, you're not impeded by the ground, and we're impeded by the ground, so we'll probably even out in speed.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Alright, so I'm gonna be in the front now.
In the front, moving towards the hole?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Barbosa's in the back, facing the gropers. Ropers?
Yeah.
The groper.
Name of today's episode.
Ropes. Oh no.
That's a different game, honey.
Okay.
We're gonna bring out the other book that Nate had.
Yeah, Nate's favorite book.
The Book of Erotic Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is that his favorite book? You know what it's good
Miss
for?
Caitlin's story
I-
about her Nate campaign.
Why?
Our
That's 14.
characters have returned from our first dungeon raid. and they went to the bathhouse. And I guess the word of our victory had traveled the village, so like these workers came out and were like, oh, the heroes, let's help you with your baths. And my character got dragged off into private bath with, I believe it was 13 elven eunuchs. There was another descriptor, but I can't remember. And my character decided in that very moment that she was a lesbian, and so she was just kind of like, I don't want this. And Nate was just like, don't make me get out erotic fantasies, because later that night my character performed exceptionally well in bed after Troy and Will's characters hooked her up in the bar.
Caitlin's
But
got laid.
Nice.
she got laid so well that the girl was talking about like going steady and shit like that, and I'm just kind of like, Nate, stop projecting onto my character.
Ooh.
Nate's
And
magic.
Nate just quit the game right after, and I don't know any.
Nate has disconnected.
Anyways,
Yeah, okay, so the party still continues to make their way towards the hole.
that is funny.
Let's see. So, was the Boulder and Barbosa in the front or in the back? Are they, the Ropers are in the back then?
Yeah, I'm in the back. I think the boulder's trying to lead them.
Okay.
The only good thing about the Book of Erotic Fantasy, well, one of the only good things about the Book of Erotic Fantasy is that it has STDs, which you can use to mess with, the characters like, I'm gonna have sex with them.
You got
That's like all they talk about. Yeah. No, you get mummies rot.
Oh no.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's a real one.
You get it from
Guess what it
mummies.
makes you do?
What?
Fucking
Makes
die.
your dick fall off.
Makes your dick fall off. Sorry, that's too much.
Alright, babe, what's happening here?
Sorry, I gotta find my notes in this part, because I actually have it on my computer. 1 second.
He's got to minimize his Pokemon game.
I gotta minimize my Pokemon. Hey. Yep.
I tricked him.
Alright, cool. So, Sandor is up with the ball front. Right?
Yeah.
So, as you're making it, Sandor starts to run once you get close. And he runs and jumps up into the crack, and, basically, his shadow, disappears.
His shadow disappears?
Like,
Or
when
his whole body?
he disappears into the shadow of the crack.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna tell everyone to follow suit. And okay, what were you gonna say?
Boulder, as soon as you come in there, Sandor pops his head out. We have a problem.
What?
Sandor tells the Boulder, come into the crack.
The boulder's gonna go into the crack.
Alright. The crack only goes in a foot, and then there's some kind of makeshift, very crude steel door. It looks like it's not perfectly door shaped at all. It looks like it was just roughly cut to fit the crack. And it's just a big metal door.
Can I make a strength check?
Sure.
If only someone had knock.
Whistles loudly.
21. You grab the door and you shake it as much as you can. Little bits of rubble come flying down. You think the hinges wiggle a little bit, but the door stays in place. You hear a sliding noise, like some kind of mechanical noise.
Oh no.
And you hear a voice. He's like, "Stop that."
I'm gonna knock.
You knock. You hear the noise again. You see on the lower half of the door, a little slit opens up, and you can see some eyes peek through. And he's like, "Stop that! Don't do that."
Can we come in?
No.
Why is this door here?
He's like, I am Block.
You are Block?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Another slider opens up just at your head level. He says, and I am Grok.
Oh, the boulder is a rock.
Block's like, I am Block.
Are you two siblings?
You can see the eyes like retreat and look at each other. And the one on top, he's like a higher pitched voice. He's like, we are related.
It's nice to be with your family.
He kind of squints at the boulder. He's like, I'm Grok.
Grok, my fine friend. Can my group and I pass through here?
The door slit closes. Block is still there.
I'm gonna knock.
The thing opens again. Grok's there, and he's like, "No,
Why not?
because you haven't solved my riddle."
Oh,
If only someone was there.
The boulder is not the smartest, but the boulder will try.
Let's see. He glares into the boulder's eyes. His eyes seem to like almost burn into you with insanity.
Oh god.
This guy sounds great.
Hit me.
All right, look that way.
I wrote a character named Block too, but I never got to use him.
I bet he was a real blockhead.
Actually, he was a wizard, so why don't you watch yourself?
Let's see. Grok closes the slit, and you hear some whispering with Block, and Block whispers back. And at the end of the conversation, there's like silence for a minute, and then you hear, I am Block. And then a slit opens up, and Grok's there, and he's like, you must figure out what I am.
You are Grok?
He like closes the slit, and he like, you hear whispering. He's like, no. He's like, wait. He's like, I have to give you the riddle first.
Aha!
He's like, I run, but never walk. I have a mouth, and I never talk. What am I?
You run and you have a mouth?
And you see his like eyes peer through, and he like sticks his tongue through it, and he's like, meh. Let me go to Barbosa really quick.
Okay, wait, let me write down this riddle.
Okay.
Oh, come on, Katie.
No, I have
Hey,
to. You don't understand.
no.
I love riddles.
hey,
Katie, this
no,
is the
it's so
classic.
basic.
I know. I can't remember it.
It's
All
all right. What's happening to Barbosa?
Alright, Barbosa's outside. You see people are entering the crack, and then the boulder enters the crack, and it's just Sandor and the boulder kind of like smushed in the crack. The two-headed orc is standing there with Fane Finger, and he turns around, and he's like, Barbosa, something's happening.
I raise my sword.
When you do, you see there's maybe like a dozen ropers. A lot of them have like, kind of like in between the midsection, and where Barbosa is in the crack. Does that make any sense? I can draw it out.
So between the crack and Barbosa?
No, on the opposite side. So basically, your back is to the crack, and then they're in front of you.
I know the riddle answer.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so they're advancing? Because I know they're really slow.
Yeah, they're very slowly advancing towards you, and there's just the numbers continue to grow as they get closer.
Okay.
They haven't attacked you yet.
Alright. I just kind of say, what's the holdup? What's going on?
The boulder is answering riddles.
I'll just keep my sword raised toward the roper, keeping an eye out for any tentacles to come through to slash them.
They're always kind of like pushing the bounds of where they can reach as they're like slowly getting closer.
I kind of try to push the group back into the crack, like whatever room there is.
Yeah, there's just enough to fit 2.5 people. So the two-headed orc has kind of got like Fainfinger shoved into Sandor.
Can the boulder answer the riddle?
Yes.
The boulder says, a river.
And you hear like some reading from the other side of the door. The slot opens up. He's like, no, that was too easy. He's like, I have 2 more.
That's hardly fair, friend.
He like closes the slot and hears some more whispering. And Grek's like, Block concurs. It was too easy.
All right.
Can I get close to the opening?
Yeah, but if you want to look away from the,
Oh no, I can't do that. Yeah, you're right.
that would be the only thing. Because if you look away, their action's kind of ready.
Nah, I'll keep my eye on the ropers.
All right. As you do, you notice as you are walking, as somebody who knows enough about survival, the ground here is very weird. It's very solid, and you can feel like a crunching and a snapping, like beneath your feet.
Oh geez, can I give like a quick eye down to see what could be underneath it?
Yeah, when you peer down, the first thing you see is like a small pile of skulls.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I say, what's behind the door?
Behind the door boulder.
Riddles.
But who's asking them?
Block and Grok.
What are they?
Related.
I thought you were gonna say a river.
Sandor's like, I see this is why we're going to have trouble going this way.
Do you know what has taken up residence here? As I kind of kick up some bones.
The boulder knows not.
Does Sandor know?
Sandor kind of looks around. He's like, nothing good. He's sweating old man.
Sandor's just the basic we got company guy.
We got company.
I'm gonna just two-hand my broadsword.
All right.
Maximum damage.
Let's see. This one's kind of abstract. I'll have to read it. All right. So, Grok squeezes his eyes almost like through the slit at you. They're so bug-eyed. He's like, I am the part of the bird that is not in the sky, which can swim in the ocean and always stay dry.
Okay, Katie, you got this one. It's not that hard.
Not in sky. Can swim in the ocean and always stay dry.
Mm-hmm.
You got this.
Okay. Parts of a bird. They have feathers and beak. Hmm. Isn't there like a type of boat that
Is a schooner a type of bird?
I think a schooner is a type of bird.
You're thinking of the word schooner,
Yeah?
and no, it's not.
No?
I don't think so. I also, hey, my dude, Brandon, was the answer I sent you right?
Of course.
I know it.
You did it. Well, the last
Too
one.
bad I'm not there.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, this one was made for Benny's character almost.
What part of
Dude,
the
these
bird?
first two I would have gotten in like seconds. This,
List parts of birds.
Okay, but it's not gonna help. That's my hint.
It's not gonna help.
Boo, you whore.
Come on, that's a pretty vague hint.
That's true. Here. I mentioned the boulder actually like writes it down with a limited amount of words. Boulder can't read his own writing.
He draws.
He kind of is like drawing. He's like in these things. And he's like like water.
Barbosa. I'm gonna ask Barbosa.
What? I don't turn around, but I want to.
What part of a bird is not in the sky and can swim in the ocean and stay dry?
What?
Alright, while the
You
boulder...
better not be typing it into Google.
No, I'm looking up types of birds.
Let's see. While Barbosa is being distracted by the boulder for an instant, the bigger roper, something about him, he has like only like one eye. He suddenly like leaps forward and tries to grapple Barbosa. He does 18.
Can I get the attack on the tentacle?
Yeah, because you get it. If you can make your attack, then I'll consider the grapple null.
What even? So the sword is +1, right?
Yeah, it's mass sword.
Why do I have text messages who's texting me?
Yeah, 23. All right, cool.
Right. Roll for damage and add. I think it's 2 for wind, or is it 3?
Who? What?
You said 2.
It's 2, right? Yeah.
I'm two-handed in it, so I get double or 1.5 my strength. So
Nice.
Susan just started shopping without paper. I don't know what that means.
It's okay, Caitlin.
I got a text message from an unknown number telling me that Susan has started shopping, and I'm slightly concerned.
for
I don't know
Susan,
who
I think you should
Susan
be
is.
very
I don't know why she
concerned.
has my cell phone number, but I just want her to stop.
so do I cut the tentacle off?
Yeah. With your 8, you swing the sword around with 2 hands, bring it down, and you dice. You dice this tentacle. This like it has like a bunch of scars on it. The tentacle just gets sliced. Makes this like inhuman scream noise as little bits of blood splatter you with from its tentacle, and it reels it back in. The other ropers look kind of frightened, but they're getting closer. When you sliced, it almost felt like the sword got lighter, as if it was carried by like 1,000 tiny hands.
I think, is the riddle a penguin?
Riddle is not a penguin.
Are they gonna laugh at us now?
And Grok just laughs. He's like, it isn't a penguin. Block's like, ha 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 ha.
The boulder is maybe not so good at riddles.
If only your smart friend was here.
You gotta channel Carapace. I just kind of yell back like, "They're coming! Boulder, please hurry!"
The boulder's gonna shove his fist through the opening of the door.
Make a strength check. Your hand's quite large.
I only got 14.
Not enough. You try to punch through the grate. You try to like karate stab through it, but instead, Grok closes the slot just in time for it to dent in your fingers. He slowly opens it, and he like sticks his tongue, goes and brings it back in.
Ah!
Are you raging now?
I could rage.
You can hear Block like laughing when you get angry.
Uh,
Come on, dude, you can figure this out. It's not that tough.
you should tell me.
I cannot, not only because A, it wouldn't be any fun, but also B, I'm not there.
Sandor, do you have any ideas?
What is the riddle again? It's
Part of a bird not in the sky, can swim in the ocean and always stay dry.
Sanders like, don't worry, I got this. And he like goes up to the crack where Grok is. He starts listing 1,000 parts of the bird, and then he like runs out of things that are birds and starts listing things that he sees. And every time he says something that's wrong, Grok goes, no. So Sandor's like, feathers, and Grok's like, no. He's like, a beak? He's like, no.
Okay. So just tell me when something else happens and if the boulder calls me again. Because I'm pretty focused on this.
Mm-hmm. What does the boulder want to do?
Is there any way for you to message me? Like, we don't have any communication stones or anything, right?
Hello, Max.
I just kind of shout back and say, just name things around you! Look on the ground!
There's rocks and more rocks.
Sandor's like, I already tried rocks, and hear Grok go, no.
Can you describe what time of day is it anyway?
It's midday. It's like late afternoon.
The sun's still up?
It's still up, but it's starting to wane.
I don't know. I can't say anything, I guess.
What is that noise?
I got weird text messages, so I posted them.
Caitlin, you should ignore that for now. Promise. It
No!
Caitlin, it is my doing! But you have to ignore it for now.
Yeah. Alright, every time Barbosa starts to get distracted, the tentacles get closer. 3 of the ropers are going to jump up and each try to make grapple. You can make as many attacks opportunity as you have modifier.
So 1.
Alright.
I thought you said so what, and I'm like, cheer up, Morgan.
Fucking fight me, right?
Let's see, 18. Let's see, there's 1 crit fail, at least 1 hit, most likely. Was that your attack 12?
Yeah.
Misses. Alright, make 3 grapple checks. Let's see, you're able to fight off the first one, but the second one grabs you, and the third one just like slips and falls in the mud, and all the other ones point and laugh at him.
And the weird roper laugh.
Yeah.
Cha 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 cha.
I just imagine it'd be gurgling.
Lots of
I'm just
bubbling.
trying to help out.
You're bringing it to life, Benny. Selling it to us.
That's
one
my
of the
whole job.
ropers grapples Barbosa. As part of its grapple, I think it gets a free attack. I have to look at it real quick.
Do I take the strength drain from it touching me?
Yeah, that is something. So I have to grab him really quick. Oop. That is the one. DC. Oh, you have to make a fortitude save.
2 of them for the ones that touched me, or?
Yep.
Okay.
So you pass the first one. For the second one, you take a D6 of strength damage. So let me roll that for you. Oh, did it roll? Nope, that is the wrong number.
Oh no!
3.
4.
54 strength damage.
What?
Post takes 3 strength damage. The roper is like, as soon as he wraps around you, like the tingly, prickly feeling, like goes up your arms and like abdomen. Let's see. The two-headed orc is going to run up and try to help you. Cool. Does the boulder know?
The boulder's going to continue to look around, and he's looking around, and he's naming. There's some dirt. There's my shadow.
Croc's like, "Wah!" And like the door closes, and he's like arguing with Block, and you can hear Block like laughing. Croc opens, like, that is correct.
Yes, the boulder is the smartest.
Sandor's like, oh, I listed everything with a shadow. That was the answer.
Okay.
You did it. Croc's like, I have one more for you.
Okay.
Sandor's like, oh god. Let's see. He says, my life can be measured in hours. Let's see. I serve by being devoured. Thin, I am quick. Fat, I am slow. Wind is my foe. Who am I? Sorry, what am I?
Time measured in hours.
Mm-hmm.
Can you repeat the riddle?
I'm sorry. Let's see. He says, my life can be measured in hours. I serve by being devoured. Thin, I am quick. Fat, I am slow. Wind is my foe.
Hey, Swirly, was I right?
Benny was right again.
Is it sand?
No, it is not sand.
Okay.
Croc's like, no. Block just
No.
Block's like, this one's pretty good, huh? And he like slams on. And Croc's like, indeed.
Served by being devoured.
Mm-hmm.
Wind is my
Foe.
foe. Is that the whole riddle?
You missed the part about when you're thin, you're quick. When you're fat, you're slow.
And also being measured in hours.
Mm-hmm. In fact, why don't you just read it back to us, honey, so you know you got it?
Yeah, dork. Sorry, that was
Time
aggressive.
measured in hours, served by being devoured. Thin is quick, fat is slow, wind is foe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool. Let's see. I'm gonna have the two-headed orc make a strength check and see if you can pull off a bar. He does, and he crits. He grabs the roper and he rips it off. Careful to grab its body instead of its tentacles, as to avoid whatever toxins the roper may have. And he flings the body like a very squirmy bag of rats into a lower part of the sewer. Not sewer.
Meyer.
It's a mire, yeah, sorry.
Is it distance?
No, it's not that abstract.
I make sure to stagger my way up and then grab my sword and shield and resume my defense.
And when you grab the sword, you suddenly feel almost light again. The orc says that he says, today we orcs shall prove ourselves. And he like both the arms like flex. He's kind of flabby.
I'll toss him a club, I guess.
Nationalism.
Oh wait, no, he's a monk, right?
Yep.
You hit him, he loses attack points.
He uses the club. He can't hit anything.
There's this cool class in Pathfinder that's basically you can play as Jackie Chan. It's a monk variant called what is it? Monk of the Empty Hand, and you just use improvised weapons, and you treat everything as an improvised weapon, but you get bonuses to it. Or no, it's the opposite. You treat improvised weapons as real weapons.
That's how the hunter works in Iron Heroes.
The
really?
Drunken Master lets you do that too, but you have to be drunk.
Aww.
I just thought it was cool that you just like Jackie Chan. You're like, I pick up the chair and
I
beat
knocked
him
the
with the
vegetable
chair.
stand on them.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why I was doing cartoon dumb guy voice. I love Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan's the best. Jackie Chan's actually a really prominent Chinese director.
He's also just a really good dude.
Mm-hmm.
You should watch that video of him with his the group of his first stunt team, and then they replace his new stunt team with his first stunt team, and it just shows him crying. They all call him brother. It was
That's
pretty good. It was super good.
So what's happening?
All right, the Boulder's still trying to work this out. We're gonna do like a small bit of combat. So Barbosa, you can go first, or do you just want to wait for them to attack and then hit them?
I'll do it on the offensive, I guess, and I'll go forward and try to slash them up.
All right. I'm gonna make. If you can make your attack, I'll give you 2 ropers because they're so close together. I consider them not packed. What do you call it? Squished?
Yeah,
Squeezed.
they're
Squeezed.
together.
That is a hit. The smaller ropers only have 15.
Oh no, only 12.
That one doesn't hit.
Oh, I thought you said I hit both with one attack.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's damage. I thought that was your die roll.
No.
Oops. I gotta start looking at the roll instead of just the number. All right. Let's see. You run up and with like this big gush of wind, you slice through these guys. Let me roll. Nice. As you slice, like these small little whirlpools spin and move all of the rope around. And you also, let's see, 6, 2. How much health do these guys have? They're bloody. They're almost all their health was hit with that. All right, so 2 are very severely damaged. I'm gonna have 2-headed orc attack. Does the Boulder know?
The boulder knows.
Dang, this 2-headed orc's rolling real good. He runs up and karate chops one of the ropers like right in the eye. It squirms and makes squealing noises. He says the consistency of their body shows their cowardice, and like he keeps slicing them with his karate chop.
The boulder thinks that it's a fire or a torch or a candle.
Grok's like, and you hear like a bunch of shaking, and Block's like, "You got it, Grok. You got it. I'm gonna let him through." Grok's like, he's like, "Let the Rock Man through." You hear like all this shifting and stuff, and the entire doorway the hinges just comes off the hinges and turns sideways. You see that there are the metal door is like strapped to the front of this dwarf, and there's another dwarf standing on that dwarf's shoulders.
Thank you for letting myself and my friends travel through, kind riddlers.
Grok's like, He's like, next time they'll be way harder.
I'm gonna pull everyone through the door.
Block just kind of waves. He can't turn his body, just his head, because his body is like attached to the piece of metal.
Okay.
Sandor just books it down there as fast as he can because he can see how many ropers are out there.
Can I grab Barbosa and pull her through the door?
You can yell to her, but she's at least like 10, 15 feet away.
Alright, I'm gonna keep the door open and yell to Barbosa.
Okay, I'll turn to see the door open, and then tell me when I can act again, okay?
Alright, one of them's going to try to grapple you. Actually, I'm going to have 2 try to grapple you, because there are probably at least 2 right there. Let's see, one got 17 plus 8, and one got a 15.
And that's touch AC?
Yep.
Yeah, they both have it.
I don't know, these are grapples, so if you can beat them in strength, you're good. But they still touch you, though. How does that work? Oh man, I should use some of these variants.
Alright, well I have a 14 and a 11, so I think I failed both of them.
Yeah, both the ropers grapple you. Now you can make fort saves.
Alright, let's see. I think I have... Alright, 18 and 13.
Nope, you take negatives to your strength. I'll roll them both. Take 6. What's your strength at?
It is at 6. My armor's getting kind of heavy to even lift on me.
I'm gonna have the two-headed orc come over and try to free you with his strength. Wow, I got a really good roll again. This guy's legendary. He jumps up, and I imagine he double kicks both the ropers in the face, and one of them lets go of you. It's enough that you can move because they're small.
Alright. Well, if I can, I'll move. Hopefully they don't take any free attacks.
No, you should be just clear enough to go through. The two-headed orc says he will cover you with his body.
Alright, then I'll try making through. Just kind of slowly limping with the heaviness of my armor.
And some flabby roper. Oops. Let's see. Barbosa is able to sprint up to the crack just fine, but as the two-headed orc tries to get up there, two ropers each will grab one of his legs, and he's just holding onto the crack as they're grabbing onto him, and he can't seem to move.
I'll try and help.
Make a strength check.
Can the boulder help?
The boulder can help.
The boulder would like to help.
Oh, that's plenty. Alright, both of you are able to grab the two-headed orc. He's practically in tears when the ropers grab him because he's so frightened of turning into a pile of bones. You're able to reel him into the crack. The crack is just high enough that the ropers don't want to seem to climb into it. They're reaching their tentacles in after you guys, but you guys are escaped down the tunnel.
Oh, jeez. That was real touch and go there.
I was concerned that you guys would die.
I was thinking I was going to get dragged into that water with 0 strength. I'm gone.
It's true. I was waiting for you to drop to 0 strength, and then
I got a secret weapon, but
what'd you have?
Well, if I go into a animal form, my physical stats transform into the animals, so I would just pick with something with a high strength and try again to escape.
That's true.
Just become an ape.
Yeah.
Get cleave.
Apes are underrated. Alright, you guys want to end it there?
Oh no, they have rend, not cleave.
Let's roll in the game for this week.
That sounds good. It was a good one.
Yeah, sorry it wasn't so heavy on the Kerbis's and Kiko's side, simply because, I didn't have as much planned for their section. I was hoping the puzzle would take longer, and that there would be combat with the ropers there.
Caitlin has to stay on the line with us for approximately another 25 minutes.
That's fine, I wasn't going anywhere yet.
Okay.
But I will stop.
Why?
Because